Hey guys, what is up? It's Jack again with another video, and today I wanted to talk about 3 ways that you can fund your property deals, your flip deals. I was on the phone with somebody the other day and keep on getting asked the same questions over and over again, and it's about how do I pay for my deal, how do I fund my deal, and the person I was speaking to on the phone used to flip houses back in 2006 and wanted to get started again and start flipping houses again now. And so when he was speaking to me, I was like, I know back in the day you used to be able to just get a buy-to-let mortgage, do the house up and then sell it, but you can't do that anymore. So I spent a bit of time explaining to him the different ways that you can fund a deal. And so what I thought I'd do is create a little video about it just so that you guys are aware of it as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list 3 ways that you can fund a property flip deal and give you kind of just a pro and a con about both of them. So the first way is probably the simplest way, and that is to buy cash. And that is literally as it sounds. It's where you buy a house completely upfront. You don't use a lender, you don't borrow any money from anybody, you use your money and you just buy it outright. So say there's a house for £100,000 and needs £20,000 work doing to it, you would pay for it up for £100,000, you'd pay that £100,000 and you would also pay the £20,000 for the refurb costs. That is buying cash. The pros of it is that it's faster. You don't need to worry about getting qualified for borrowing or from a lender, that kind of thing. So it makes the process of buying a house much faster. The con is that you've got a lot of money tied up in one deal. So it would take a lot of money to do a number of deals at any one time. The second way is to buy a house with a bridging loan. Now, a bridging loan is, the name kind of describes it a little bit. What it is, it's a short-term, high-interest finance where you can lend money at a high percent interest, and it basically bridges the gap between you purchasing the property and then getting a longer-term form of finance on the deal. So it could be that you buy a house for 100 grand, you spend 20 grand doing it up, and then it's worth £150,000. You would then buy that with a bridge, do the house up, and then you would get a mortgage, a buy-to-let mortgage, residential mortgage, whatever it might be, and you get that on the £150,000, and then because of that, you then pay off the bridging company, the lender there, and then you continue to just pay your mortgage payments, and you've got your house. So it bridges the gap for the short interim amount of time from when you buy the house to when you actually want to commit to the long-term finance of it. So when people do buy, refurb, refinance, this is what they talk about when people talk about that strategy: buy, refurbish, refinance, BRR. It's when you buy a house with a bridge, do it up, or buy it cash. You could do it that way. You buy it, do it up, and then you get a mortgage on it to basically pay back the bridging company and also pull the money that you've put in on the deposit and on the refurb back out of the deal. The pros to using a bridging loan is that you are able to use less of your own money, your own capital, to get started. So say you got a 70% LTV, loan to value, you would put down on a £100,000 house, you'd only need to put down £30,000 and you borrow the 70 from the mortgage company. And that way, if you've got £100,000, you could spread that across a couple of different deals. Now, the negative, the con to it, using a bridging loan is that you get high interest rates, which can actually significantly eat into your profit, especially on a flip deal where profit is kind of the key to the whole thing. You could end up losing, a few £1,000s just on borrowing the money. So it's whether it's worth doing 2, 3, 4 deals at a time and using bridging and getting less profit per deal, or whether you prefer to buy it cash and do less deals at any one time, but make more profit per deal. If you find this information helpful, then please make sure that you click the subscribe button, click the bell notification so you don't miss an upload. It'd be so great to have you part of the family. I'd really appreciate it. Don't miss an upload. Get stuck in, get involved. I know that only 20% of people who watch my videos are subscribed to me. So please make sure that you click subscribe, you 80%. If you're part of the 80%, you need to click the subscribe button. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. Let's carry on to the next point. And the third and final way that I'm going to talk about in terms of funding a property flip deal is through investor finance or joint venture partners. This is where somebody else funds your deal. So let's say, for example, John down the road has £100,000 and he wants to get, he doesn't want to put any work into using that money, but he wants to put that money into something where he gets a significant or decent return on his money. So let's say he's looking for a 10% return per year. So what we would do is I would approach John and I'd say, hey John, or John would approach me, and we basically enter into an agreement whereby he would give me that £100,000. I would then do whatever I need to do. I'd buy my flip project. And then at the end of the project or at the end of the year, I would give him his money back plus 10%. So I'd give him £110,000 back. Now the pros to this, again, is that you could do this and not put any of your own money into the deal. And so that is a pro. You could do a lot of projects if you had the funding from other people. The other positive is that if you did a really good job, they may keep that money in with you, and you could then just keep on using it and keep on using it and keep on using it until you come to the end of your agreement, and basically they could fund your property deals. Now the cons of using investor finance is it's very much people orientated. So you need to make sure that you have a good relationship with your investors and that you get them results. Otherwise, one, you could lose their money, and two, you could ruin your reputation. Now, if you'd like me to go into any more detail on any of these strategies, any of these ways of purchasing your flip property deals, then please do drop a comment below and I'll take you into more detail about the different ways that you can fund your property deals. But that's it. I just thought I'd give you a headline understanding of how you can fund a property flip project. I hope this video has been really helpful. Make sure that you click the subscribe button. It would be great to have you along for the journey and to be a part of the family. It would be absolutely epic, so do make sure that you click that subscribe button. What a nice guy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you staying all this way to the end of the video. You're a legend, you're awesome, and I will see you in the next video.